AF and True Wrestling followers in the YWC, JC Styles here. Unfortunately, the day caught up with Brian. As you can tell, Brian's not here doing the review with us like we had planned. You know, for a lot of you who don't know, you know, Brian is constantly moving all day. He's constantly doing things throughout the day. So usually roughly about 8:30 or 9 or so, he usually the day finally catches up to him, and he slowly starts to drift into sleep and so on and so forth. But I wanted to do this video real quick, get something out there for our viewers. So here we go. We had Vince McMahon come out and basically talk about how yesterday was the Super Bowl, how the Super Bowl for the WWE fans and the WWE Universe and the company the WWE comes out, which will be in April. He also speaks about how we will find out next week who the guest host for WrestleMania will be. Then we see Orton come out and basically start talking about the Nexus and how they screwed him out of the title. And basically Punk comes out with the Nexus and basically starts talking about how the roles were reversed in 2008. They show a video package of 2008 where CM Punk was subject to a kick in the head and basically was subject of have to forfeit the WWE World Championship in the Championship Scramble. I think that was the night Chris Jericho took his spot and won. If I recall, I might be wrong. Then we see them come down to the ring and they jump Orton and they beat him down. I think Punk suffers a broken nose, or maybe just like irritation of the nose. He was bleeding a lot. Then after that we see Mason Ryan go against R-Truth and we see Mason Ryan take out R-Truth. And this match wasn't really all that great. Mason Ryan didn't really deliver. I think this is his first match too, but he didn't really deliver the way that we expected him to deliver. For being an FCW champion, he looked horrible in the ring, I have to say that. I mean, body built wise, the guy's a beast, but in ring he doesn't have. I saw so many screw ups in that match. We see him put a submission on R-Truth's knee. In WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, they called it a stretch muffler. It's a submission move. We see R-Truth tap out, and then Mason Ryan refuses to release the hold and basically gets disqualified, and R-Truth winds up being the winner. We go to a commercial and we come back and we basically see CM Punk stating that they're going to take out each member of the Elimination Chamber for Raw, and they proceeded to do so. Then we went into an okay Divas match. I'll say it was okay. Michael Cole at this point was already irritating the shit out of me. You see him, he's talking pure shit to Natalya, and just the whole match was just constant bicker. It was like two girls just going back and forth at it. By the way, I'm not a sexist. Oh, I did a video earlier. It's fan interaction. Check it out. I didn't put this in the video, but if you guys do guess right, if anyone guesses right on one or both belts, I will plug your channel when I do my unboxing for the 2 replica belts that I ordered today. So be sure to check that video out, and leave your guesses in the comment box on that video. I'll put the link in the description box for that video. Then we kind of see the next match, which was, I believe it was John Morrison versus Michael McGillicutty, I think it was. And we see him pick up the win, and basically CM Punk comes out right behind him and sprays something in his eyes. I think it was kind of like an aerosol. So it was an aerosol spray. I don't know really what it was. You couldn't really tell what it was. So they kind of I don't know what they're going to do with that. I mean, R-Truth looks like he's legitimately hurt, which kind of sucks, because if he doesn't make an Elimination Chamber, If they rule him out of the Elimination Chamber because of a tweaked knee, I'm gonna be upset because me and Brian are going to see WWE the Road to WrestleMania tour on March 18th, and I'll be upset if I don't get to see R-Truth because I never actually got to see R-Truth live because he was wrestling over in TNA when I started watching him, so I'll be kind of upset if I can't get to see R-Truth wrestle. Then we see a promo with the Miz. With Miz comes out and does a promo on Jerry, invites Jerry the King Lawler into the ring, basically stating, "Hey, you know, I patent my career off of you. You were like the mouthpiece of the WWE. You were always trashing people. You were always, you had a live mic, you were basically, you did whatever you wanted. I kind of followed my career off of that. You were on Andy Kaufman, whether it was Andy from slapping Andy Kaufman or talking trash about Brett's mother or Brett's father and all that stuff. Then we kind of see King talk about how he didn't patent his career off of anybody. He was an original. The Miz didn't really like that whole, thing, so he tried to sucker punch Jerry the King Lawler, and that turned out into a brawl. We see A-Rod get involved, and then we see Ted DiBiase come running out and get involved. Then we see Daniel Bryan run out and try to make the save. We see a tag match between Daniel Bryan and Jerry the King Lawler versus Ted DiBiase and The Miz, which was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed that. For a lot of people that don't know, I do enjoy watching Daniel Bryan wrestle. I think he's a very good wrestler who's being booked okay, but he can be booked better. Then we see the outcome of the match. We see Jerry the King Lawler come off the top rope on Ted DiBiase, the fist drop, and pick up the win. We go to a commercial break, and we come back and we see the very first new promo of mystery promo, the 221-11 promo. And I started thinking about this, and me and Brian were talking about it, and Undertaker hasn't been around for a while, and what if they set up the promo where Undertaker comes back on the 21st? Because the website blew it. Brian did a whole video on it. I think they took it down, I believe, but Undertaker was scheduled to return on the 21st, and I think he still is booked to return that night. Basically, we see him come out. We see the promo, and me and Brian were talking about it over the weekend. I said, how cool would it actually be if Sting signs with the WWE, right? And Sting searches Death Valley for the search of the Undertaker. How cool would it be if Sting cabin in Death Valley trying to search for him? How cool would that actually be? That kind of set them up. Sting looking for the Undertaker to try to bring him back and wrestle him at WrestleMania. Or another cool thing that'd be kind of cool. See the King versus Sting at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship, or see something cool and see something new that we haven't seen Sting actually do if he does sign with the WWE. Then we go to the Mark Henry match, which actually no, we were going to see David Otunga versus Sheamus, and Josh Matthews came out, and basically CM Punk was pulling the strings and got Mark Henry to attack. Set the ball in motion where Sheamus talked a whole bunch of trash to Mark Henry, and then after that we see Mark Henry kind of come out and beat the holy hell out of Sheamus. And actually, see, this is the thing. This is the kind of matches that I would like to see. If you're going to put Mark Henry in a spot, put him in a match like that. Have him dominate Sheamus, and not have Sheamus built up as like this force. He's the world's. Mark Henry is known as the world's strongest man for a reason. They treat him like a joke. Then we see. I'm sorry about this, guys. It's like 11:30 at night. I'm tired. I'm winding down. I wanted to get this out there for you guys. Then I think we saw. Then we see Alberto Del Rio come out and we see a one-on-one match with Alberto Del Rio versus Santino Marella, which was actually a pretty interesting match as well. Alberto Del Rio comes out and says how it's his destiny to win the Royal Rumble, this, that, and the other. And then basically we see him beat Santino with the armbar, the cross armbar. I think Alberto Del Rio starting to actually grow on me. Just because the fact is that, like I said, he's a fresh face. He's someone new. He's getting a push that he does that many fresh faces don't really get within the time frame he's been in the WWE. So I think it'd be pretty cool to see what they do with him. Then we go to a commercial, and then we see another promo with. We see another promo of the same promo of earlier in the night of the cabin and the rainy storm and everything like that. On the side of the door, it basically says 2/21/11. I kind of knew that they were going to keep showing new Pat promos as we get closer to the event, and it looks like it's going to be. I'm kind of curious to see who it actually will be, who the promo is actually for. I'll put the link in the description box for the Starrcade 1997 Sting promo, if I can find it for you guys. It kind of reminiscent of it. It kind of like looks almost like a duplicate for it. The cap off the night, we see everyone taken out of the chamber, taken out from the chamber. We see Cena come out and basically cut a promo with Vicky and joking around with her, interacting with the fans like he always does. Then we have the match between CM Punk versus John Cena, and it was a very good good match. Then we see Cena kind of back Punk into the corner and just be like, he starts going to town on Punk, and the referee's like, hey, I'll disqualify you. So basically, John Cena's like, okay, and just deliberately low blows Punk right in front of the referee. They throw the match out. Punk wins by disqualification. Then we see McGillicutty and Otunga jump in the ring, and the King runs up behind Cena and gives him the chair, and then that's when Cena goes to town on the Nexus. We see Punk on the ground outside the ring with Mason Ryan, because Mason Ryan's tending to his girlfriend, aka CM Sucks. And that's how we basically end Raw. As we see Cena standing in the ring with the steel chair, and Raw goes off the air. So, guys, wanted to get this video out for you guys so you had something to watch from us. Hopefully you enjoy it. Check out our videos. I think Brian will probably give up a sum up of his when he gets to actually sit down and watch the whole Raw. Pretty sure he'll give out a video of his own. But we will be back on Thursday with a duo Impact review. I also have the Impact results out already. For those of you who can't watch Impact this Thursday, check out my video. It's up there for this week's Impact. And guys, we'll see you Thursday night with the review.